The Chiefs offense is all the way back, but it's only starting to open up, and that defense is what's going to get them to a championship run. Let's do this. Walk with me. Welcome back, everybody. This is RGR. I'm Ryan going rogue. And, it's cold out here. This is our first high country sub 30 night. It's hovering right now at about 29 degrees, but the sun's out and it is bright and shiny and beautiful out here. As is my mood coming off of that game against the Washington Commanders. I think the Chiefs gave you what they needed to give you, showed you a lot of what they can do. And it comes down to a couple of things that really haven't even scratched the surface yet, plus that defense. I'm going to cover it all here. Make sure you like, sub, and hit the bell. If you don't know me, this is what I do. This is kind of my thing. Even though I'm a little cold, I got to tell you, if my teeth start chattering, don't mind me. A couple of things stood out about the Monday Night Football game against the Commanders. A, they did a great job defensively. We'll get to that in a second. But B, there's a couple of tweaks that they're making. I thought the efficiency that Kareem Hunt showed was more so than we've seen in the past. I thought he was a little bit more all around, and I think this is what Kareem Hunt can look like when he has Isaiah Pacheco to work with. And Brashard Smith is the key, because Brashard Smith changes the math for the defense. And upon watching the coach's film, a couple of things stood out to me. And Dan's going to do a breakdown. It should be available. If not, we might do a little bit extra in the members section. So get signed up for the members if you want that at the rookie level or above. Now, Smith kind of turns things on its head because he's got the threat of the home run, and that's what changes things. I thought Isaiah Pacheco ran well against the Commanders. I think Kareem Hunt did an exemplary job of not only putting his head down and being that short yardage back that his role has evolved into, but also just having that kind of, I don't care what happens, I'm going to make a play mentality. And that's what that play was, where he scored the touchdown on the pass from Mahomes, because Mahomes needed some help. And that's just the truth. He was able to do that because he was a heady player and he understands what the offense is, but what Mahomes is in particular. And when you support your quarterback, good things happen, and that's the bottom line. So I was really happy to see that. Smith will get there. I think Smith's showing more as he goes through. He's more succinct in the way that he runs motion. I think he's more of a threat, and so he's getting a little bit more attention. They were able, and I'm a little upset that they didn't take advantage of it, but they got him lined up and singled on linebackers against the Commanders. Bobby Wagner in particular, and I really like that concept. I've talked about it for quite a while, and it's something that they have to double down on. There's just no way around it because he is too much of a threat. Even as a rookie, and I know Andy wants to go slow with him, but even as a rookie, he is a threat that they got to take advantage of. So seeing him on old man Wagner, and I mean old Bobby Wagner with a D, O-L-D Wagner, was a mismatch that they didn't get to take advantage of, but they will in the future. And they will with the next linebacker that is a mismatch on him. And I think as we go through, we're going to see a little bit more wrinkles and a few more things and here and there. But the truth is, he's got to be the home run hitter to the base, single, double kind of guy in Pacheco and Hunt. And I think maybe my favorite play for Brashard Smith was the shotgun toss play, because that's going to hit home runs when it comes down to overloading. You're going to try to get guys in a position of pressure. They're going to come down to, third and long, third and medium, and be able to get somebody that's willing to blitz them, that's going to free him up, and he's going to be left with a toss to a wide open flat where he can just scream. And that's going to hit a home run at some point this season. I don't know when it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And that kind of play is something I've been asking for a while, and I think Brashard Smith is finally the guy that they need to do it. I teased about it on Lock On last night, and if you didn't see it, and apologies for my schedule for not being on the live stream with Dan. If you saw Locked On, though, I teased that I'm looking forward to seeing Jeremy McNichols as the Chiefs' fourth running back next year, because he's exactly the kind of guy that Jet McKinnon is. Uber aggressive out of the backfield, catches everything, and is able to exploit defenses. What you saw Jeremy McNichols do to the Chiefs' defense last night is something he should do for the Chiefs come a year from now. And he will be a free agent, so keep that in the back of your mind. Now, the other player that I got a lot of questions about, and I was really intrigued by, so I watched all 6 of his snaps, 5 of them on offense, Tyquan Thornton. Tyquan is not getting the reps that he was getting previously, and we all know that. And we all knew that was coming. When you get, an all-star like Rasheed back, and Xavier's healthy, and Juju's doing his thing, like, the real question mark is where is Jalen Royals, because they haven't had to push him, so he's not there yet. But Tyquan is still serving a significant role. He's better in the blocking game. They ran a number of times when he was on the field, and he was able to go try to dig out those safeties, try to get in the way. Not super good yet. He's not even up to par with Juju Smith-Schuster, who I would say is an above average blocker, but not elite. But Tyquan's working on it, and I do see some progression there, so I'm encouraged by it. But the big thing is they ran him on 2 routes, and he's doing his job. He's affecting the defense the way that he is supposed to and making them work for it. Because on 1 route, they had a guy play off a little bit more, be able to turn and run. I didn't catch the number, but he was fast enough to stay pretty much with him. In the end, had Mahomes had 4 seconds, that's probably a route that Tyquan wins in the end and could have gotten one of those deep passes that we're all looking for all the time. The other, while that was significant and drew coverage away, the other was even better because they had to double Tyquan because of the threat that he is over the top. And that's really what you're looking for. That frees up Kels, it frees up Juju, it frees up Rasheed, it frees up Xavier. And that's the thing here that we haven't seen enough of. Don't know the status of Hollywood Brown. I don't know that he's 100% healthy. There's some rumor going around. We'll see what happens, and we'll update you if we get something like that. But the big thing is going to be continue to stretch it deep, because on the other pass play, they bracketed him. They had a corner and they had a safety dedicated to him. So that takes a defender out of the coverage shell and takes him away from everyone else. Singles more guys up in the pass game, and that allows you to move the ball. Then if you get somebody who can actually read and give you yak, then you have him all the way downfield where with his new blocking skill, he's going to be able to get you secondary yards for the yak for the guy that he cleared the path for. So it's all coming together the way that they want it. Now, is everything perfect? No, because I do think that they probably want him to continue to develop, or else they'd be having him run a few more routes. It has been kind of feast or famine the last few weeks, and I expect that to kind of ride out that way until probably closer into December. So keep an eye out for that. On the defensive side, I thought everybody brought their game. And I'm very happy to say that George Karlaftis did exactly what I told you he needed to do in the game plan, and he did it all night long. I know the stat book doesn't show like 1,000 sacks or anything like that, but he put in good reps. He was there, he was pushing the PBU, he got that TFL. So he racked up a couple of stats, but his presence was felt all night. And if you're gonna dedicate your attention to Chris Jones, George Karlaftis has to make you pay. I thought his get off looked better last night. I thought his hand usage looked better last night. I thought his counter to the inside was quicker. And that's the kind of George Karlaftis that we have to see from now until the end of this season, because that's going to get you more plays. Big shout out to Mike Dana for all of his efforts. Yes, I know he got an interception as defensive lineman. That's rare, and kudos to him. It's nice to have that feather in your cap. But he was all over the place, and he was putting out good effort as well, just like George. And so that's what it comes down to, is the bit players playing their bits plus. Do your job plus. We've heard Spags talk about that before, and I think Mike Dana was a great example of it against the Commanders as well. If you know Chris is getting doubled, you know George has got to do his job. If you can help lift the whole of the defensive front, which he did, it helps you get the W, and it helps you keep that particular team. If it isn't for an outstanding catch by Terry McLaurin, you might have got the shutout again. So that's really what's key. It's a group effort, and I think they're getting the effort that they need from everybody. Let me know what you think. Put your comments down below. Hit me up here. Make sure you get in the subscriptions and get in the members if you want to get the extra content. We have a ton for you. Dan, Gary coming, going to break it down, and we're moving on to the next. Hey, guess what? It might be a big one, so watch out. Hope you guys have a great one. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more, and subscribe to RGR Football.